Hi, I'm Jamie from Right On with Jamie, and today we're going to discuss compound sentences in writing. But first, we need to determine what compound sentences are and how using them can improve your writing. Regardless of the subject you're writing about or the audience you're writing for, when you write, you need to arrange your essay, research paper, narrative, etc., so your readers can understand and follow the ideas you are presenting. A compound sentence is a sentence that has at least two independent clauses joined by a comma and a coordinating conjunction, a semicolon, or a semicolon, sentence connector, and a comma. An independent clause is a clause that has a subject and a verb and forms a complete thought. So, when is a good time to use a compound sentence? There are numerous times that a compound sentence is the right choice for what you are writing. First, use compound sentences to join short, choppy sentences into a sentence that demonstrates more maturity in writing. This also works if you have sentences that are repetitive. You can use them to show that the ideas you are presenting are of equal value or importance. A compound sentence that is formed by a comma and a coordinating conjunction will highlight the relationship between the ideas that are expressed in the independent clauses. If you use a semicolon instead of a comma and a conjunction, you will add a level of depth to your writing in general and your sentence fluency overall. Joining two independent clauses with a semicolon, sentence connector, and a comma will truly show your command of conventions and sentence fluency. Finally, mixing up your sentence structure by adding compound sentences to whatever you are writing will add variety and readability to your paper. Now you might be asking, Jamie, how can I use compound sentences in my writing? I am so glad that you asked. Today we are going to cover how to write a compound sentence and how to use them in your writing. So let's begin. Tom Stoppard once said, "Words are sacred. They deserve respect. If you get the right ones in the right order, you can nudge the world a little." Basically, something you write could one day make a huge difference. Because the expression of your thoughts is critical to communication, you should do everything possible to make your written work easy to read and comprehend. Also, you will be addressing 2 of the 6 traits of writing when you use compound sentences in your writing. First is conventions, because compound sentences require including a minimum of 2 independent clauses which must be joined or connected correctly. Next is sentence fluency, because compound sentences will make your sentences flow, begin in various ways, and help add different types of sentences to your writing. Now, let's quickly review what compound sentences are and how they are used in writing. Compound sentences contain a minimum of 2 independent clauses and are correctly connected or joined. An independent clause has the ability to stand alone as a sentence. It always makes a complete thought. So let's take a look at how you can combine independent clauses into a compound sentence. The first method we are going to discuss is to place a comma before a coordinating conjunction when 2 related independent clauses, complete sentences, are to be joined as one sentence. 2 independent clauses cannot be joined by using only a comma. The first thing we need to do is to determine all of the independent clauses in this sentence. I had to wake up early, so I set my alarm. Clearly, there are 2 independent clauses. I had to wake up early and I set my alarm. The first independent clause, I had to wake up early, contains a subject, I, and a verb, had, and could stand alone as a sentence. The second independent clause, I set my alarm, also contains a subject, I, and a verb, set, and can also stand alone as a sentence. The formula for writing this type of sentence is S, coordinating conjunction S. The S is for sentence, which an independent clause is. The connection is made by putting a comma after the first sentence or independent clause, and then using an appropriate coordinating conjunction. Now, I'm sure you've heard of this before, but let's review what a coordinating conjunction is. Just remember FANBOYS: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. And remember, the coordinating conjunction will be after the comma, never before. So, if you apply this formula to the independent clauses, you will get, I had to wake up early, comma, so, coordinating conjunction, I set my alarm. The next method you can use to connect independent clauses is a relatively simple one and may be used when two or more independent clauses, complete sentences, are related in topic and are not joined by a comma and a conjunction. You can't just join two independent clauses by using only a comma. That would be a comma splice. However, a semicolon can take the place of a comma and conjunction. Since we are using the same sentence as an example, we don't need to re-identify the independent clauses. The formula for writing this type of sentence is S, S. Again, the S is for sentence, which an independent clause is. The connection is made by putting a semicolon after the first sentence or independent clause. However, for this to be done correctly, the independent clauses must be related in topic. So, if you apply this formula to the independent clauses, you will get, I had to wake up early, semicolon, I set my alarm. The final method we are going to discuss is another way to combine related sentences. Sentence connectors are transition words within a sentence. Again, since we have already identified the independent clauses in this sentence, we'll skip this part. The formula for writing this type of sentence is S, semicolon, sentence connector, comma, S. The S is for sentence, which an independent clause is. The connection is made by putting a semicolon after the first sentence or independent clause, and then using an appropriate sentence connector, followed by a comma, and then the next independent clause. Sentence connectors are used to link large groups of words, such as phrases and sentences. If you're not as familiar with sentence connectors as you are with coordinating conjunctions, don't worry. We're going to go over some of them right now. Therefore, however, consequently, nevertheless, moreover, indeed, hence. These are some of the most common sentence connectors, but be careful to use them appropriately. So, if you apply this formula to the independent clauses, you will get, I had to wake up early, semicolon, therefore, sentence connector, comma, I set my alarm. If you have the worksheet for this lesson, you can pause the video here and answer questions 1 through 4. Review the previous section of the video to help you determine the correct answers. I hope you enjoyed this introduction to compound sentences in writing. If you would like the entire lesson, click on the links in the description. I have both a middle school and a high school version. The lesson comes complete with both a digital component ready to be used in any learning management system for independent student instruction and a classroom-ready component with PowerPoint and PDFs. Detailed lesson plans and the rest of this entertaining instructional video complete the lesson. This resource is also part of a sentence fluency and grammar bundle that includes the following lessons: adverbs, comma splices, commas in a list, complex sentences as transitions, complex sentences, compound sentences, sentence fragments and run-on sentences, gerunds, prepositions and prepositional phrases, and transition words. Thanks for watching my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Right on!